Coming up on the next episode. Good Monday morning to y'all, YouTube. It is 10:28 now in the AM. As you can see, I have been busy once again with all my tools. Now, that's a pretty good selection of what I use on a regular basis. Again, difficult to see because of the camera boom, but over here is the these are the standard nut drivers, and the ones over here are the metric, and so that's that way those shape up. Obviously they used to be over there, both sets, but you know, I think this will work out just as well. I thought about putting one above the other, but I think I'm gonna try this setup and see if this works. It's a little bit more compact. I don't know if you can tell or not, but by the way the tools are laid out and stuff, but I tried to optimize every bit of space that I have, and you know, go that route, and that's the plan anyway. Probably the next thing I'm probably going to do, swing arm lamp bracket down, and that will be going bye-bye, and the variac will be in its place. The way I look at it, the more I can get up here, the less I have to do in boxes. The boxes are still sitting here by my feet, so that's the plan there. Let me get this bracket off here, this bracket right here, and get that off, and then I'm gonna bring the variac over and show you what that looks like. Hang on. Well, as you can see, I've hit a snag. Apparently there was much more room between the old bench and this one. Not sure why. I'm guessing, I don't remember, it's been so long now. But anyway, as it stands right there now, I can't use that like that. I'm going to have to come up with a different way of mounting it, or put it in a different spot. Both ideas have some possibilities, I guess. But at the same time, I'm just not really sure. It all kind of stems from the rounded part right there. The square part would fit in there, but with the rounded part of the variac, it doesn't allow it to go down. Now, I could probably maybe notch out some of that, I don't know, from the furring strip. That would be really difficult to do, I think. Just not really sure. For right now, let me think on it a little bit, and I'll bring you back and come up with something, I'm sure, and show you what it is. Okay, Tuesday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It's 12:16 now in the PM. I spent yesterday, I made the little opening blurb about this problem, and spent the rest of the day contemplating, as it were. Never come up with a really good solution at all. The thing is, I'm trying to figure out how to get that in there. I'd like it there. I like it in this spot here. This is a good place to put it. I can reach it here. It's just a great place. I mean, you know, my previous bench worked out really well as far as being able to reach things, being able to get to things. And I kind of want to get that recreated in this one as well. I was telling Bob, Radio Wild, on a comment this morning, that that's my goal, I believe now, is to get this side of the bench, the right side, whatever you want to call this part here, in operation. I kind of like to get this done, if I could, and get this straightened out and functional. That's the good word right there, functional. And once that's done, then I can do either one I want. I can either work on a project on this side, or I can work on the bench on the other side and get developing that. Again, I think that's my goal, is getting this in installed here in this area. And I think to do that, what I'm going to do is basically, if you look at this, let me put this up on something so it's... Now if we look at this, I think if I just cut out one or the other, in other words, this hump here or this hump here on the bottom or top, I think I'll have enough space to fit that into that corner there, that area right there. I think that's about where it's going to have to go. Just looking at the holes, and I know it can be moved one way or the other, but you know, I think that screw's going to have to come out, and so is that board. The board itself is not, probably what I'll do is just, if I do decide to do that, is move that screw down to the other side of that and then put a screw in on the other side as well. So I'll have a screw on each end of that when I take that piece out. I think that's the way to go, is take the whole piece out instead of trying to notch it out. If I take the whole piece out, then I think I'll have enough room. I'm going to do a measurement right now to find out. It looks to me like 5, basically in 3/4. 5 3/4 is what I got there. Now, if that in fact does go 5 3/4, I've got it made, I think. That is pretty close. I might have to notch out a little bit of that, but I think I can get away with that. So basically, like I said, I just gotta take out that large piece of board, and I'm not really sure how to do that. Probably the jigsaw. If nothing else, I can notch it out, because once you cut, you know, here and here, you can do the screwdriver here and just notch it out, and that'll just pop out pretty easily, actually. So that's all you really need to do. The rest of it can stay. As a matter of fact, that's probably a better thing to have it stay. But that's what I'm going to try and do. So let me see what I can do working on that, and we'll go from there. Bring you back when I have something to show you. Alright, well, there you can see I do have it cut out. It is the correct size, I do believe. The thing is it going to work? That's the whole thing. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to take some out of the top, which I'm not really looking forward to, because that's going to be a little more difficult, all the stuff on the pegboard. Not impossible, obviously, but and again, it's a little hard to hold the jigsaw the correct distance away from the backboard, so it doesn't hit that backboard and kick back on you. It did that a couple times on me. And we'll the only thing you can do is try it and see what happens, I guess. And I think it will work out just fine. Let me see if I can stick that up here. Well, there you can see, I think. Let's see if that's in the correct spot. Oops. Yeah, that's pretty correct. Now you can see it will fit on the, this part here will fit underneath that pretty easy, but this part is going to have to be notched out. And that's what I'm going to have to do. So, really wasn't hoping, or was hoping that wouldn't happen, but it did. So, not much you can do about it. Plenty of space underneath, and like I say, it's sitting right down on the square part of the frame there, and that's where I wanted it at. That's exactly where it's got to go. Let me get me a marker here, and I'll mark out where it's got to go. I'll give you an idea where it's got to be knocked out. I'm holding the cap for the marker in my mouth. Sorry. Let me go ahead and cut that out. I'll bring you back and we'll see if it fits then. Stay tuned. Alright, we're back again. I do have that notched out here. Now there is a piece of wood that didn't come out with the notch. Probably as far back as I got with the blade, I'm guessing. So like I say, I'm just going to have to wondering why I'm missing the screwdriver, because I'm dodging the camera. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing. I agree, but if it gets the job done, I'm all for it. All for it. That's pretty darn close. Got a piece right there. Pretty darn close. Let's try her again. Nothing else. I'll build some muscles up, lifting this thing up and down. Maybe, maybe not. There you go. You know, that's not it in, but it's also not in the center. There you go, right there. It's still got a nice gap to it. I guess I don't have it all out there yet. I need to take a closer look at that. See what I'm looking at. I think it's just a matter of when I was doing that, I think I was going at an angle, probably not taking out the whole thing I needed to take out. Let me do some more pounding. Let me bring it back, because this is kind of hard to do with this camera in the way. So, alright, well, you can see I'm using my light. I couldn't see. It was underneath there, and when you look up like that, I know you're not seeing it on the camera, but I'm kind of down on the bench top looking up. You could see very clearly what needed to be taken out, and it was just a matter of the screwdriver in the right spot. And a couple blows of the hammer, and it should work fine now. That's the plan anyway. There you go. Now, that is perfect. You can see it's right there against the, and I've got that too far over that way. There you go, right there. That's where it needs to go. That is so perfect. I am so tickled with that. Yes, I am. I gotta cut me or mark me some holes, number one, and then drill some holes for that one and that one. I think you could see both of those. And once I do that, I can go ahead and put screws in and then mark the bottom ones. That's the plan. Let me get my marker again. If I can do this one-handed. One mouth. There we go. Now I'll do this without putting the marker itself in my mouth. Put that back up there and get this down. Yeah, you can see the holes pretty good. Pretty good. Now, I have to find the right screws for it, and then we'll go from there. So let me do that, and we'll bring you back. Alright, back with you once more. I have the, not one to be outdone, I have the, basically some extreme hardware here that I picked up for something, and some project, and I've forgot what it was, but I think there's enough in here to do exactly what I want to do, and if not, it's going to be close. So I think I'm going to go through that, and then I've also got these, which those would be probably long enough, I think. They're a little bit, every time you suck them in, they're going to be a little bit longer than that, so I can go from there. I want to make sure I get a lock washer and a washer on it as well. So let me get that in position, and then we'll see what we can do. Alright, well, I am back once more. I went a little bit different way. I used a couple of these type here with the countersink head. Of course, I'm not using the countersink part of it, but they fit in there a little bit deeper, and they gave me enough to get a washer and a nut on the screws. So that should work out rather well, I do believe. I think so. And 2 is all it takes to get that secure in there. I'm going to put 2 wood screws in the bottom just to not make it rounded out like it should be. But they won't be holding a lot. They're just there for looks mainly. But yeah, this thing's in there securely. It's not going anywhere. So now the only thing I have to do is get my strip back in and screwed in, and I can start on another project. Now eventually this is going to get wired up with, as I said before, a conduit type system. There'll be a 1/2-inch CPVC board running underneath here, pipe, plastic pipe, with basically holes wherever the wires have to come out, and that way we'll keep the wires out of harm's way, and plus it will allow me to run as much as or little as I want to through that conduit. The part I have, I think, is long enough to do that, and so I'm going to do that. Also, I think I may have mentioned what kind of wire I was going to get. It's basically this same type of wire here. I think this is 14 gauge, and that's what it will be. So get that done, and this here is our input, our AC input to the, in other words, our line voltage connects to this. This is where the plug used to be connected to, and I didn't like the way that was going to turn out, so I went ahead and put this on there. Actually, I didn't put that on there. I've changed it around to where it went basically into the junction box there and attached directly to the switch. So I'm going to do something similar, but I'm going to add more wire to that, obviously, and it will run up probably up in here somewhere with the switch up in here, and that's the way that's going to work. So that's the plan on that. So this was the main thing, though, getting that in, and I'm very, very pleased with how that turned out. Now that will, like I say, lead over to this plug that comes out of there, which is the Variac switched variable voltage coming out there, goes over to the Variac panel, and that is in a sheath, a type of cord. So that will probably stay as is. It probably won't go through the conduit. It'll just go underneath the dim bulb tester there and be routed over to where it goes. So that's the plan on that. So anyway, shaping up. I'm liking everything that's going on here, and like I said, I'm happy with what's happening. And so I think we're gonna call it here. I think that's enough for a video. If I am correct in my assumptions, this will air Monday or Wednesday. I can't remember if I put one up for Monday yet or not. I think I did. If not, it doesn't matter. But again, we will be on vacation starting Sunday, and I'm gonna flash up a picture. It's just a little campground down in Cave City, Kentucky. It's a Jellystone park. I think they've got several of those around. Probably a chain of some kind, but that one we go down to there is a nice little park, and it's like I say, we always have a good time. If nothing else, getting away from just normal activities, normal life, whatever you want to call it. It's always good to get away and visit someplace and things like that, but then it's always good to get home. It makes you appreciate your home more, I think. So, I have blabbed on long enough. Getting back to the task at hand, which is finishing this up. So you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.